On the second half of this video, we will talk about this, our ram air system that we've designed, so check it out. You gotta watch till the end of the video to find out, are we traveling to Palawan to tune the car, or is the car traveling here? So you gotta check it out. Okay, now here we talk about the finished coated ITR manifold, Omni Power throttle, and of course, Speedfactory TPS. This thing is looking so bling, and it's gonna be looking good. So, which is a good thing, for a change. And look, you can see the engine right now. It's all done. But we'll show you how it got to that stage, or the finished stage. Alright, after spraying the intake manifold with VHT gray or alloy gray, now it looks really clean, and look, it's port matched accurately to the head. This way it's gonna be very efficient. And you notice it looks clean. The welds are not visible, right? Okay, here we show you the Omni Power throttle body. Alright, and of course the Speedfactory throttle positioning sensor, or TPS. This way it's new and we can calibrate it properly to the throttle like it's OEM. Alright, now let's unmask the manifold so it's ready. Let's go. Alright, we speed it up so we can remove all the masking tape, and so it's like ready to bolt on all the accessories and the sensors. Alright, there you go. Now we put the Speedfactory TPS on the throttle. We'll just do it hand tight because we're gonna calibrate it before startup. Alright, here, as we got the TPS installed, you can see the throttle body. This is one of our favorite throttle bodies because it's as good as OEM. Okay, now here's the throttle body gasket, and you can see, wait, let's flip it. You can see it's matched, ready to be the 70 millimeter. Right, so wait, let's drop the Allen bolts to the throttle so that we can snug it or bolt it hand tight to the manifold. Let's go speed it up now. We just get this hand tight with the Allen wrench because we're gonna have to do a final checkup before starting the engine when it's on the SIR. So we'll just get it all in order so that it's all organized and secure. Oh, it looks good, right? Yeah. Alright, now here we show you how it's port matched nicely to the manifold. It's a 70 millimeter Omni Power throttle, and you can see there is no obstruction. All the transitions are smooth. So it's always gonna be more efficient when everything matches well, just like this. Now we'll give you a close-up on how good the port matching is to 70 millimeter. Right? It's really good and clean. So we'll show you the overall manifold with the throttle bolted on. Yeah. It looks really good. And honestly, I really like how the manifold looks. So it just makes the engine look better. Now let's see the whole engine altogether. But before anything, here is the titanium burnt stud kit. It looks really clean actually. Makes me want to run this on my next engines. And here's the complete engine minus the fuel rail and the injectors. It's on a temporary valve cover. We use this for the dyno because the valve cover for this engine is being cured with the wrinkle OEM black. And we actually dubbed this the B20 Bomber as an homage to the magazine days of the tuners. That's the owner's perspective. And I gotta admit, I really like the name because it's a B20B block. So here's the VTEC line. You can see how clean it is on how we do this. That's the distributor. We have yet to install the new caps and rotors, so this is gonna be a brand new distributor. And before we continue, if you like the video and enjoy all the information and the projects that we share, hit the like button because it's help us a whole lot. And subscribe, because we have new things coming up, and if you're subscribed, you would see all the notifications. So I'll wait for you guys to hit the like and subscribe button right now. Alright, now before we continue, let's recap on the series, each episode. Here it is. So, for those who just joined us on this 7th and last episode, here's the recap of the series of this B20 VTEC. Part 1 of the series was the introduction and the setup that we showcase. And here's a recap of it. Now, as you can see here, we were showcasing all the parts that we're going to use, including cams, cam gears, valvetrain, and even pistons. And we go into detail showing everything that's going to be on the engine. But on the first episode, we discussed about engine bearings, specifically rod bearings, because the B16 rod bearing does not work with the B20. You got to check out the episode to understand. We also talk about the cylinder head that we did or ported. It's a B16A cylinder head that has its own video, and you can click up here for more on that. Alright, now here we go with episode 2 or part 2 of the bottom end assembly. As you can see here, we install the main bearings, and you gotta watch that episode because we talk about plastic gauge and checking the clearances, and it's on the link there. We also install the pistons and talk about piston rings and have the link in the video. On episode 3 or part 3, it's cam degree time. We will show you how to lock the rocker arms for VTEC so you can degree or even valve to valve or clay test. And you can see here we are degreeing it, and you can actually click here for the specific cam degreeing video. And on episode 4 or part 4, we talk about valvetrain and exhaust. We talk about the header, the parts that we use to assemble the engine, even the head gasket, lost motion assembly, even the valve spring retainers, And here we show you the lost motion assembly, that's Skunk2, and of course, our favorite and much preferred. And on part 5, we focus on head assembly and actually installing the head to the block, OEM style. And it's an episode not to be missed because we did talk about the chambers, which you rarely talk about, and the super tech valve springs and retainers. And then we go on to assemble the head, show some tricks that we do that you can catch on, assemble the head the way of the OEM style. Now on part 6, because the engine is complete and finished, it's an appropriate time to share tricks and details that make for an efficient engine. We discuss how the oil drains are and why it needs a breather system. And we show you our way of adding a breather system, the VTEC oil line and how it's laid out so that it's clean, and of course the injectors, our favorite injectors that's responsible for more power and efficiency. Alright, because the engine is done, we decided to take pictures of it on how it looks, and it really looks good, right? You can see different angles. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. We build all our engines indoors because you can never be too clean because of dust. We actually value your money, so when you have us build an engine for you, we make sure everything is clean, not like others that just build it on the floor or somewhere open, because you don't have control over the dust particles that may get in. And you gotta forgive us for our passion, because while the engine is on mock-up stages, we decided to install and mock up the carbon fiber velocity stack. Oh, now it looks like a B20 bomber indeed. Yeah. And as everyone waited for this, we test fit our own designed ram air system. It's meant to carry more air or ingest more volume of air. This way you can tune it for more power. It looks really good. Now it's a B-20 stealth bomber. Yeah. Anyways, all the links of each episode will be in this description below. And you gotta like this video and subscribe just to get all the updates whenever we do some innovation, especially this ram air system. We will continue to develop this and provide more data soon. The goal here is actually, to get more area up in front so that you can the engine can ingest more air, by volume. I mean, we have certain limits on what you can take as an intake, but no, nothing against the carbon fiber velocity stack, but look, you can see it doesn't get much air, if ever, right? Onto the ram air that we designed. We plan to, personally, for our own car, we plan to have the ram air sticking out from the bumper grill just this much. This way, it's not protruding or affecting aerodynamics of the car. Okay, now going back to the B20 bomber, we did mention that we're gonna crate this or pack it in a crate and send it over to Palawan via AP cargo. We're actually gonna fly to Palawan to install this and tune it on the SIR. So we might have another segment on that. And plus, we're gonna tune a few cars in Palawan and enjoy that time. We'll have a few videos and races for the time we are there in Palawan. And off the top of my head, I know there's 2 VTIs and 2 SIRs that we're gonna tune there. So you're gonna enjoy that one for sure. The B20 bomber is being crated and packed as we speak. So we're gonna ship it next week and travel as soon as possible when there's no more quarantine. So we'll let you guys know that soon. Now going back to the ram air system, this is actually a 7.5 by 10.5, the bigger one. It's actually for a 4-inch intake, but our display figure here has a 3-inch intake pipe, so we run a reducer on it, so that it fits. So when you think about it, this is perfect if you're running a 4-inch intake pipe, right? Now let's get more into the details of this. Because it's a 7.5 by 10.5, it's big enough to accommodate a velocity stack inside. Look, you can see inside, we chopped off a smaller velocity stack that's 4 inches and fit it right inside. This way, the main entry is gonna take all the air or the volume, but it'll also still funnel inside the intake pipe really well. And this is one of the fun experiments that we're having right now, and we gotta test it. We're able to test it on each races, and it's gonna be really fun. So whenever we come up with ideas or have ideas on something to try on or to test, don't worry. We will definitely share it here with you guys in one way or another on every video that we work on. We always like to give a snippet or a commercial of the current events that we're doing. So rest assured, you guys will definitely be updated on that. So, this is gonna be enjoyable. So we are hoping you're gonna enjoy more and have fun by, click here and subscribe. So we got some more coming up for you.